Well, everybody on YouTube, tonight's video is called Medellin, Cali, and Bogota. Now, the reason I felt it was so important to talk about this subject was for the simple fact that we have to talk about the good as well as the bad. Now, we're going to be starting off with Bogota, Colombia. Bogota, Colombia is basically the capital of Colombia, which makes it the largest city of Colombia with a population of 8 million and some change. Now in Bogota, I want you guys to keep in mind that if you're going out there, Bogota has 106 active gangs that are choosing each other off. They're fighting for control of the territory. There's lots of groups, there's lots of activity, and lots of things taking place in the city of Bogota. Now, am I saying that it's not a safe city to go to? No. What I'm saying is basically if you're going out there as a tourist, to just be sure to not take expensive stuff out in public, you know what I mean? Things that will catch people's eyes, you know what I mean? You want to keep all that in the hotel. You just basically want to walk around with your cell phone in your front short pocket and just take it out when you're going to take pictures, and that's that. Okay? Now in Bogota, you have El Palacio de Justicia, La Catedral, Museum of Esmeraldas, and you also have basically in the nighttime the scenery La 85. In La 85 there's many clubs to party and do your thing. Now the must see view of El Cerro de Monserrate, you can either walk up there or basically take the trolley up there. Okay, now Bogota, Colombia is a really nice city. There's lots of interesting people. A lot of people there do speak English, not like in Medellin or Cali. Now, speaking about Bogota, we're going to be talking about Cali, Colombia. Now, Cali, Colombia is la capital de salsa. It's the capital of salsa music worldwide. It's the heart. Now, Cali, Colombia has a population of 2 million and some change. Okay? Now, there is 105 active gangs in Cali, Colombia. A lot of them are sicarios. Basically, they're fighting for control of the territory. Now, the bad areas, you know what I mean, it's like Agua Blanca and El Barrio Siloé. Now, these areas I would not recommend you guys going to. There's plenty of places to party. There's plenty of things to see. Now, there's the most beautiful view, which is El Cristo Rey. There's like a big old Christ like in Brazil, but it's the Colombian version. Now, from there, you have the most beautiful sight of all of Cali and other monuments as well. Cali, Colombia, it's a very easygoing city, but you know what I mean, there's a lot of crime rate there as well. But you know what I mean, the people there are easygoing. And what I like about Cali, Colombia is the happiness that you see in those people's faces. They're very easygoing. They want to invite you to eat. You know what I mean? They'll go out of their way to make sure that your stay there is good. You know what I mean? In Cali, all you have to do is just not take stuff that's really flashy, for the simple fact that, you know what I mean, there's a lot of people in need there. And, you know what I mean, sometimes I'm not trying to justify why they steal, but, you know what I mean, there's a lot of need. So sometimes people, they tend to do extra things for money or whatever the case may be. But Cali, Colombia, it's a really nice city. And the women there are absolutely gorgeous. Okay? Now, we're going to be talking about Medellin, Colombia. Medellin, Colombia is basically one of the second largest city of Colombia. Okay? La Ciudad de la Eterna Primavera, which is the city of eternal spring. Okay? The women there are so beautiful that basically there's beautiful women blooming every day. Okay? Now, in Medellin, Colombia, we have 86 active gangs that are choosing each other off, fighting for control of the territory. But Medellin, Colombia, it's a really beautiful city, and whatever happens amongst them, you know what I mean, they're choosing each other off so they don't get regular, normal pedestrians involved in that situation. You know what I mean, that's just basically amongst themselves. Now, Medellin, Colombia, it's a beautiful city. There's lots of things to see, and lots of places to go to. That's what I wanted to say. Now, basically, in Medellin, Colombia, you have El Parque Lleras, okay? You have El Barrio Colombia. You have 70th Street, which is La 70. You have Plaza Mayor. You have La Plaza Mallorca, that's on the entrance of Medellin, and you have La Plaza del Sol, that's in El Poblado. Okay, you have El Estadio Atanasio Girardot, which is basically two famous soccer teams of Medellin, which is Atlético Nacional, the biggest soccer team in all of Colombia, and you have El Deportivo Independiente Medellin, which is El DIN. Okay, now when you go to that stadium and you see them playing, it's like something out of the gladiator movies that you used to see back in the days when people were roaring and you see two teams, you know what I mean, choosing each other off, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's just it's an adrenaline rush that, you know what I mean, you could only be able to understand it if you've been there or if you're there for yourself to see what I'm talking about. But they call those games Los Clásicos. That's when basically, you know what I mean, the two Medellin teams, they, you know what I mean, they choose each other off when they're playing soccer or whatever. But for the most part, Medellin, Colombia, it's a very easygoing city. The people there are humble, they're easygoing, and like I told you in previous videos, they'll go out of their way to make sure that your stay is, you know what I mean, the best. But you have to make friends, you know what I mean? If you're planning on staying there a couple of months, you have to make friends, okay? Making friends there will change the panorama view for you in a long run. But what I also recommend that if you guys are going there, it's a mandatory that you learn a little bit of Spanish. Learning Spanish will take you a long way. I know what I'm telling you. So for those guys that are actually going out there, keep this in mind. Pretty much we're going to wrap this one up tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please make sure to give the video a thumbs like. Please make sure to subscribe to my page. And thank you guys for all the love and support. Good night. Bye-bye, everyone.